no-bake keto peanut butter cheesecake made with Nunbelievable's Keto Double Chocolate Chip cookies. Who doesn't love peanut butter and chocolate with cheesecake? I mean, come on, it's the trifecta. So let's get to making it. All right, so first things first is we're gonna make the keto cookie crust with our Nunbelievable Double Chocolate Chip keto cookies. These cookies are so decadent, I honestly can't believe they're keto. They're gonna make for the best crust. So we're gonna take 3 packets of these Nunbelievable Double Chocolate Keto cookies and put them right in a food processor. If you don't have a blender or a food processor, you could simply just close the packet that it comes in and take a rolling pin and just smash the cookies to crumble them. But I'm going to use a food processor. So packet number 2, packet number 3. And my Nunbelievable Keto Double Chocolate Chip cookies in my food processor. I'm gonna go ahead, close that up and blend it into a nice fine crumb. The other great thing about these keto cookies is, I mean, they're obviously delicious, but they're keto. They're grain-free, gluten-free. So this makes for a delicious crust that can be enjoyed by really anyone following keto, gluten-free, or just people like me who don't follow anything but love flavor. So, boom. Now we're just gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter, pop it in the microwave real quick. Microwave it on high for about 30 seconds. Another thing I love about this crust is it's really just 2 ingredients. You just get your Nunbelievable cookies and some butter and boom, you've got a delicious, amazing crust that's also keto, grain-free, gluten-free. Great. So now we're just gonna pop the butter right on in here and mix it up. Beautiful. Cool. All right, so that butter is all blended. We have this nice, beautiful, thick crust. So now we're gonna take a springform pan and we cannot forget to grease it. We do not want anything sticking to the pan. So I'm just gonna take some cooking grease or spray grease, whatever you call it. Just kind of lightly spray the inside of there. Then I'm gonna take our delicious keto-friendly crust and just pour it into the bottom of the pan. Then just kind of take your rubber spatula and just press it evenly into the bottom of the pan. It's kind of a spreadable consistency too. Kind of a press and spread like motion is what is working best for me right now. Kind of show you, we're just kind of pressing and spreading it evenly to coat the bottom of our greased springform pan. This is a 9-inch springform pan, FYI. If you wanted to make a smaller cheesecake, just half the recipe and use a 6-inch springform pan. So we have our crust evenly spread out. Now we're gonna pop this in the fridge for about 30 minutes while we make the filling. While the crust is chilling, it's time to make the filling. First things first, cream cheese. I have 2 blocks or 16 ounces of cream cheese in this bowl right here. Next, we're gonna grab a tablespoon of powdered gelatin and a 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna add the gelatin to the water and mix this up. Since this is a no-bake cheesecake, the gelatin helps add structure to our cheesecake since we're not using eggs or anything like that. So mix that gelatin into the water and we're gonna set that aside to bloom for about 5 minutes. While that's blooming, we're gonna go ahead and continue making the filling. So we have our 16 ounces of cream cheese, 1/2 cup of granulated stevia, and we're gonna do about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. If I can open this. Whew. Okay. Mix that together till it's combined and smooth. Now it helps if the cream cheese is closer to room temperature, makes it a little easier for it to blend up. And so that is nice and smooth. We're gonna scrape down the edges. Now we're gonna add a cup of peanut butter. Make sure you are using peanut butter with no sugar added. Sometimes they add sugar in there that you don't know about. So if you wanna keep it keto, look in the ingredients for peanut butter that's just peanut butter and salt. And again, just whip that up until the peanut butter is fully incorporated in here. You might have to stop midway through mixing just to make sure that everything is getting evenly incorporated, that you're not missing any peanut buttery goodness stuck on the side of the bowl. So give it a little scrape. Scrape the side, scrape the bottom, make sure nothing is getting left out. Okay. All right. So now the peanut butter, cream cheese, sugar, vanilla goodness is all smooth and evenly mixed together. All right, now we are going to add a cup of heavy whipping cream. Boom. You want this cream to be cold, so don't leave it sitting out. Keep it in your fridge until just before you're ready to throw it in to your filling. And we're gonna blend this up. I love this recipe because I love when I don't have to turn my oven on. And sometimes baked cheesecakes can be really tricky, but this no-bake variety, it's just guaranteed to come out smooth and creamy every time. You really can't go wrong. Scrape those edges, get all of that heavy whipping cream, make sure it's nice and incorporated. That is smooth, people. Look at that. All right, our gelatin has bloomed. As you can see, it's very solid. So we are going to put it in the microwave on high for a minute to melt it up. The reason we put the gelatin in the cheesecake is because we're not baking this cheesecake. With baked cheesecake, usually there's eggs and other things in there that help it have its structure. But since we're not baking this, the gelatin is going to add structure to our cheesecake. Okay, so our gelatin, as you can tell, is hot. So we are going to pour this in a slow, steady stream so we don't curdle any of our dairy products in here. So get this going and just slowly pour that gelatin in. Once that's all in, ramp this puppy up to a higher speed and blend that liquid gelatin in so it's evenly dispersed throughout your filling. All right, she looks good. Now let's go check on our crust. All right, our crust is properly chilled. You'll know it's done when it's firm to the touch. That's how you know it's ready to be topped with the filling. So we're just gonna take this lusciously delicious filling and pour it right over the crust. And then we're just gonna spread it evenly. Alrighty. Just like that. And now we're gonna put it back in the fridge for another 6 hours or overnight. All right, guys, the cheesecake has chilled and it's set. It's time to remove it from the pan. Ooh. Voila. Wow. That already looks so delicious, but we are going to, of course, decorate it, duh. So I'm just gonna take some extra double chocolate chip cookies and just kind of crumble it around the border just to add a little extra flair, you know? We have a delicious treat and we're also giving back to such a good cause. We use these cookies to make quite the decadent dessert, and we still have the good karma of knowing that with our purchase of the Nunbelievable cookies, we were contributing to giving a meal to those in need. So we have it beautifully decorated. Now let's cut into it, the part we've all been waiting for. I have a chef's knife, which I put under warm water so it'll be easier for this to cut. Oh yeah, that went right through. The moment we've all been waiting for. All right, and boom, wow. Would you just look at that delicious slice? I'm stoked to eat this. Oh boy. You know what, before I take this bite, let's just take a minute to appreciate how beautiful this slice looks. Little slice of heaven. I could be content just looking at this. Okay, no, obviously I'm not okay just looking at it. I need to eat it. That is so good. Wow. Peanut butter, chocolate, cheesecake. I'm speechless. The filling is so light and creamy, and that Nunbelievable cookie crust is the richest cookie crust ever. And it's so good, and it perfectly complements the filling. It really takes this dessert to the next level, and it's keto. Can't believe it's keto. I'm honestly never making any other kind of cheesecake ever again. So, cheers to that.